Now we take you to Makuma. Here we're going to work with Frank for a couple of years. Here's Davicho running the tractor. I taught him how to run that tractor. So he and the Indians got to work, and they could bring in all the logs and work there. So we are thankful for his ability. There's Ramon. And then here we are. Oh, that's making the cables for the radio station there in Makuma. I think we have somebody's head cut off here. I don't understand how we are. That's Frank there, Davicho. And here the SIL is bringing in the transmitter, making the tower, 120-foot tower that I had welded up. But one of the Indians didn't hold the guy line tight enough, and it came down in the mess. And it took me twice as long to rebuild it as it did to make it in the first place. So then we made all this around it to kind of stabilize it, and I would be up there welding on piece by piece. These are the kids in Mafuma. There's Lydia leading the girls. Had up in a pretty good sized girls' school there. And now this is the dedication of the radio station that Frank put up in Mafuma. I helped him with all the things. And this is where Andrade gave the message to the people that were there. There was a newspaper man there also. This church, after we had a school, after we got there, I sawed up lumber, and while Frank and Millie were home on writing the book, uh, we built that school for the boys. And oh, that they enjoyed that so much, so much room. And here Ella taught the girls how to make dolls out of cedar sawdust. Here Frank is counting out the boards with Davicha. Davicha brought in his logs from his property back there, and I sawed up the lumber, and now they're going half and half. This day I sawed up 500 boards in one day. That was a big day. Here's Ross and Jim and the Indian kids. We're starting a road from Mapuma to Kangaimi. There's Ginger with two different nationalities on her swing. And then loading the sawmill on this four-wheel wagon, and then we're off to Kangaimi. I had organized the Indians from Kangaimi and mid-Kangaimi and Mapuma to get this road made or trail so we could get there with the tractor. This is a place where I could get there with the Jeep after we made some of the road. And one night I decided to show gospel slides to the Indians there. We had quite a little crowd. It was really nice. And here we are on our way to Kangaimi going through the river. It'll go through. Don't be afraid. We're not going to drown. There we are. We bow down. We leveled off. And then got stuck and unhooked and just hooked up the cable and we were able to bring it out. And here I hooked up a hand winch to the tractor so that we could hoist the heavy parts. And then this is a cedar tree that they had cut down, and when it fell, it split. It was 53 inches in diameter right there where I'm standing. And David and other Indians, they sawed it up and then hauled it in to the sawmill. That was a very powerful chainsaw, and I just wondered that nobody got hurt with it because it kicked worse than a mule. But not a finger was scratched, and all the bringing in and the sawing and all the handling there, nothing. And they didn't know what be careful is. But the Lord just truly kept them from getting hurt on the job. These are the graduates from our Bible Institute in Shalmira. There's our boy, uh, Gustavo Molina. Here he's showing his diploma to us. And then we're with the Achwar back there. Frank went to visit them, and I went along and took my light plant and my tape recorder, and we recorded a lot of stuff in Mapuma, where all the women were greeting the women out there in the Achwar country, but didn't hear them before. And you should have seen them, how they looked under that machine and all around to see where those women were. They couldn't find them, but they heard their voices. And then 5 o'clock in the morning, they'd call out, Megera, Megera. We want to see hear the Mapuma again. So I had to start the light plant and put the tape back on again. These are some of the Santiago's women. This is a witch doctor, but he didn't want to smile. And this was his youngest wife. Uh, I tried to get him to smile, to laugh, but I got him a little smile on his face, but that is all. But we went hunting together, and he could see birds, he could see uh, things that I couldn't. And so he'd just point and I would shoot. And we got a nice big turkey one night. And he is deaf and dumb, but he knows how to make hammocks. And of course, they have to dull up. Then when we got the new Jeep, before we took it in, we made a trip down to the coast on a vacation and down to the ocean for a week or more. And then we got back to Shell, and here's Towers plane, and we had got it into the plane, even taking the gas tank off and the bumper and the fender and stuff to be able to get it in. And here we brought it into Sapua and we're unloading it now. This is Gonzalo, the pilot, the owner of the plane. When I was sitting in the Jeep in the plane, I tooted the horn and he waved his hand and said, "No passing, no passing." And here we are taking it out of the plane on an old truck. And plenty of help to get it out. And then there were ladies were going to have daily vacation Bible school, but they didn't want to drive to this creek here, through this water. So I had to come and ferry the jeeps over the creek, and then they went on and had daily vacation Bible school. Here we are in, I believe we're in Chupienza, here where we are unloading the Jeep and the trailer where it was cut up. And then Jim and Davitra, they would drill the holes and splice the frames together and get them going using an electric drill. A lot of work. Mrs. Moffat, when she saw all that stuff laying on a pile, she said, "Wow, what is all that junk?" Here we are, the Jeep running and bringing in the logs now. And this big log, we had to drill holes about a foot deep and put in almost an ounce of powder in each hole and fuse it, and then we lit them, and it split right in two, just nice. So we were able to saw it up easily. And here we are dividing the lumber between some of the Indians that had logs on their land, and they brought them in, and we cut it half and half. And this is the whole pile of lumber that was supposed to be for a school and a dwelling place and church and so on. I don't know, it's over 7,000 pieces of lumber. Here you can see the pile after we got through. We were piled it all up, and Johnny Keenan flew it back to Sapua. And then one day we had a surprise visit from the Moody Club with 8 airplanes came in and landed in Sapua. Here I got the titles for the land of the boys. They made their chakras. They made their, oh, I'm sorry the tape broke, but we'll go on. It's just we're almost to the end anyway. Well, here's the daily vacation Bible school that the girls were holding in the vicinity. Many Bible uh, school that they had along the line. Mrs. Savala was with us, and she helped the ladies too, and had some cake for them, and oh, they had a great time. Many of those kids gave their hearts to the Lord, and they're serving the Lord today in different places. So we're grateful to the Lord for all that He has done in the jungles for us. And then here we are with the Quichuas up in the mountains again. And here's the first baptism in Ponta that you'll see them. And Henry Clausen baptized them. These were the first baptized in Ponta. Cute little kids. That one, a little doggy, that's her doll. And then her mother. And the Quichua settlements. And if you see a tin roof, that means that that's a Christian family. After they have become Christians, all of them have changed and put up cement and block, build their houses and tin roofs because they kept their money instead of spending it on liquor and the priest